Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be doing a video on Supergirl Season 3 and we're going to be talking about Pestilence. So this is the Worldkiller that's going to be coming. It's the final Worldkiller that has been named, and so we're going to be giving you guys some information about what we know about her so far, and also we're going to be talking about some theories. But if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new so you don't miss any Supergirl videos later this year. So Pestilence, she is the third Worldkiller. We've got Rain, we've got Purity, and now we need to find Pestilence. So she's definitely going to appear sometime later in the season, in the next few episodes, once Supergirl returns from its 9-week break, which is about 8 weeks from now. And although we saw a glimpse of her, it was obviously just a model, it was a shadow, and that was in the episode before last when we got a look at Purity for the first time. So in Kara's dream sequences, that's where we saw her, but she was just a silhouette. So Supergirl.tv, as many of you guys know, is a great website for everything to do with Supergirl, so all credits go for them for these special notes that they actually have on the spoiler section, so major spoilers ahead, and although it's not been confirmed, it's what they've got so far. So there's apparently going to be a guest star, and this guest star who has not been cast yet, or who hasn't actually been announced yet, so they've obviously shot episode 16, and we're talking about episode 16 here, by the way. So Dr. Grace Parker is her name, and this is what Supergirl.tv has to say about them. Dr. Grace Parker is the best surgeon at National City Hospital. However, she experiences some kind of mind takeover, making her powerful and support the agenda of Reign's Worldkillers. Our thinking, because she's a doctor, she will actually become Pestilence, the third Worldkiller. So if this information is correct that Supergirl.tv actually has, it makes a lot of sense, because if she's a surgeon, she just has a normal job. Like Samantha or Julia, they have totally normal jobs, and in this description it says she experiences some kind of mind takeover, which is exactly what Rain has when she becomes Rain from Samantha, and this is exactly what Julia has when she goes from Julia to Purity. So this makes a lot of sense if this information is true. So it seems like Dr. Grace is actually going to be Pestilence, and she's going to support the agenda of Reign's Worldkillers, and who else apart from Thomas Coville actually supports any of this? So she is more than likely, if this information is correct, she is going to be the Worldkiller. So the casting has not been made public, but I'm guessing by now, because they've shot that episode, they are going to actually release that very soon. But in the comics, if you didn't know, there is 4 Worldkillers, and they've changed it for the TV show with 3 Worldkillers, and Pestilence most likely matches up with one of the Worldkillers, who is Perilous, and Perilous has the ability to create poison and viruses, and it specializes in population extinctions, and Perilous in the comics is a formidable Worldkiller. So this really lines up with Pestilence, considering in the comics they have different Worldkillers. They all have different names apart from Rain being the main leader, so Purity and Pestilence aren't actually in the comics, but Pestilence definitely sounds like it matches up heavily with Perilous's character description, and with it saying it specializes in population extinction, that kind of leads me to the theory that what happens if this mysterious figure, Pestilence, is actually linked into Legion of Superheroes, and what's going on in the future with the Blight? Is she controlling them? That would be a great way for season 3 to actually connect what is happening in that storyline in the future, and we could go explore that, because Pestilence, if you don't know what that means a fatal epidemic disease, especially to do with plague. So that is literally what the Blight was actually described to us as, that they are a plague, that they literally wipe out anything in their reach. And so it would make a lot of sense if that Pestilence did have these minions, that being the Blight from the comics, and it actually all linked in with the Worldkillers and what's going on here. And if it is true, which I definitely think it could be true, that might be Imra and Brainiac 5's actual mission, because they know in the past that Pestilence is here with the other Worldkillers, so they come here to stop that, so they can change the timeline in the future, so that they can stop the Blight. Because if that is true, if they're linked in together, and if Pestilence is actually controlling the Blight, that means they could stop what happens in the future, destroying planets, destroying everything in their way. And my final part of the theory is that in the future, in the 25th century, we know the Earth goes through a level 3 extinction, and with Pestilence most likely being this other version of the Worldkiller in the comics who actually specializes in population extinction, it has led me to believe that maybe Pestilence is the cause of that extinction in the future. And so tell me what you think about this theory, guys, because I'm very excited. This last theory that I just presented to you after I gave you the character description of Pestilence, I think it's definitely a possibility. So anyway guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.